Fire Games. A Christian Romantic Suspense. Written by Lorana Hoops. Narrated by Lorana Hoops. Copyright 2019. Chapter 1. Cassidy Marcel gazed at the firehouse with trepidation. She loved her job, but she also knew firefighters. They loved to razz each other over everything, and her appearance on the reality dating show, Who Wants to Marry a Cowboy, would be no exception. She'd gone on the show at the urging of her mother, who was begging for grandkids, but Cassidy couldn't deny her biological clock was ticking as well. And it had come on suddenly. One day she'd been content to be a single woman focusing on her career as a firefighter, and the next, a desperate need to start a family had erupted within her. She'd begun dating again, but none of the men she had been out with fit the bill of what she was looking for: stable, self-sufficient, and a man of God. So when she'd seen that Tyler, the cowboy bachelor for this episode, was one, she'd reconsidered her initial refusal and asked God for clarity. While she hadn't heard a loud voice in her head, she'd felt a sense of peace about it, and so she'd done the audition, and been chosen, and even felt a connection with Tyler, until it became obvious that he had eyes for someone else. Now she was back, with a wounded ego, a bruised heart, and a feeling of confusion as she wondered if she'd been following her own will instead of God's. And she knew there would be teasing from her fellow firefighters. Plus, she wondered how Captain Fitzgerald was going to react. The stony-faced captain hadn't been her biggest fan before she took 3 weeks off. She assumed she would be even lower on his list now. Inhaling deeply, she pulled her shoulders back, hoping she appeared more confident than she felt. Then she opened her car door, tucked her dark hair behind her ears, and walked into the lion's den. "Marcel, so glad you could grace us with your presence again." Billy Campbell, or Bubba, as everyone called him, stood before her, a giant smile on his face. He was one of her favorite people in the firehouse. Originally from Texas, he had a heart bigger than his smile and was more like an older brother than a coworker. "I didn't want you to feel like we didn't want you, so I thought this might help." From behind his back, he brandished a miniature black cowboy hat and held it out to her. Though small, it somehow sported sequins that caught and shimmered in the light. Cassidy rolled her eyes good-naturedly as she shook her head. She should have expected something like this, especially after the sugar incident last year.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?